أعوذ بالله السميع العليم من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله اللهم أكرمنا بنور الفهم وافتح علينا بمعرفة العلم وسهل أخلاقنا بالحلم وارزقنا حلاوة الإيمان وصدق الإخلاص في كل حال أما بعد السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. Welcome to Inspired by the Quran series. This is a series of Quranic discussion. And as we know that the Quran inspires us, and the Quran has been revealed for our guidance, and the Quran is for rahmah, the Quran is for the mercy of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the Quran is for shifa, the Quran is for healing, the Quran is for cure, the Quran is for our guidance. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in the Quran, وَنَزَّلْنَا عَلَيْكَ الْكِتَابِ تِبْيَانًا لِكُلِّ شَيْءٍ وَهُدًى وَرَحْمَةً وَبُشْرَى لِلْمُسْلِمِينَ. That Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has revealed the Quran to us, explaining everything to us, and it is a guidance, وَهُدًى, it is a rahmah, a mercy from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It is a bushra, a good news for us, a glad tidings for us, for the believers. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala also says, وَنُنَزِّلُ مِنَ الْقُرْآنِ مَا هُوَ شِفَاءٌ وَرَحْمَةٌ لِلْمُؤْمِنِينَ. That the Quran is being revealed, and in it there is shifa, healing for the believers. Though all the verses of the Quran are an inspiration, a source of inspiration for us, and a guidance for us, but yet we find that some verses inspires us more than the other verses. We find some verses are more close to us. Some verses touch you more. Some verses moves you more. Some verses makes you reflect more, makes you think more. And inspired by the Quran series are a selection of some verses which will inshallah inspire us and will also provide us guidance in our day-to-day life. For these series, inspired by the Quran series, I will be selecting various verses from the Quran, and I will be avoiding fiqh discussion. The idea is to actually select verses and actually present a simple, take a simple approach and actually relate it to our life, make it relevant to our day-to-day life. So I'll be avoiding any fiqh discussions, so that inshallah through these discussions we can connect ourselves with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala through the Quran. The objective, as I mentioned, is to connect people with the Quran. And what we see in our time is that people are very much connected throughout the world. Human beings are very much connected digitally, but yet we are very much disconnected with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So therefore, through discussions like this, inshallah, we will be able to connect ourselves with the Quran and with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Because one thing is missing in our life is the sense of belonging. So when we actually connect ourselves with the Quran, this also makes the connection with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And this establishes the sense of belonging for which mankind is longing for. So inshallah, through this series inspired by the Quran, we will try our best to connect ourselves with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and establish our sense of belonging, so that inshallah we can work towards the hereafter and make better use of our life. So inshallah, join us every week. We will present a series of inspired by the Quranic discussions, and inshallah join us so that we can all benefit from the Quran. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.